And good evening. We are under mostly clear skies and a lot of sunshine as we continue through this weekend. We need to continue drying out. And while we will see a few showers in the forecast, not very much. At the moment, beautiful conditions. All the lights back on the Crescent City connection. 76 degrees, a dew point of 73. So while a little bit on the humid side, very pleasant this evening and really pretty nice over the next several days. We're in the 70s. I think we will drop further into the 60s to start our day tomorrow. And light winds almost non-existent. So very kind of quiet evening with not much of a breeze at all, but at least no return to any of that Gulf moisture. Dew points holding 60, some lower 70s. They tend to drop a little bit during the night, and I think that'll be enough to allow temperatures themselves to get into the upper 60s, mainly on the North Shore. But dew points around us are all in the 60s, and while we will have kind of a persistent but fairly light northerly wind, there are no signs of any Gulf moisture coming back. So the really uncomfortably humid air looks like it's going to hang south of us through the rest of this week, and that's good news for folks that probably have a lot of cleaning up to do as we head into this weekend. Dew points, again, not excessively low, so not really a taste of fall, but certainly not getting into that uncomfortable or awful range, kind of hanging between awful and nice, so pretty seasonable for this time of year. The disturbance up to our north, what is kind of left over of Francine, will eventually start moving back south. Now, not worrying about this at the moment, redeveloping, as it looks like it'll stay generally on land. Could get into the Gulf, but conditions are going to be too hostile. But what it is likely to do is, one, kind of help us with that northerly flow, but also may help to trigger a few showers. And again, doesn't look like anything very intense or heavy, as the actual atmospheric moisture is on the lower side. Thankfully, after Florence has moved out, drier air has moved in. But that instability may be enough to trigger a few isolated or scattered showers, especially by Monday with that system getting a little bit closer to us. But we're also going to be on the drier side of it, so I think the better chance of rain is going to be a little bit more off to our east. Checking out the tropics, we have a medium percent chance of developing off the Carolina coast. Right now, models indicating this little feature could try and move inland, kind of absorb the low that we're going to be dealing with, and then keep that northerly flow over us. So actually, that little tropical feature may just kind of help keep us very tranquil for the rest of the week. And then we also have Tropical Storm Gordon. This one is way out in the eastern Atlantic, and at the moment, models indicate, and the forecast from the Hurricane Center indicates, that it is going to stay out over the open Atlantic waters. So now that we're done with Francine and we're adding Gordon to the list, here we are so far this season. 7 named storms, 4 of those becoming hurricane now, including Francine, and it doesn't look like right now Gordon will become a hurricane, and 1 major. So as a normal season, by the 13th of September, today, we would normally have had 8 named storms, 3 hurricanes, and 1 major. So the way things stand now, as we are past the peak of the season, we are looking to remain on track for an average season, which was always a possibility, although a lot of the experts kind of gave that as a lower potential. It looks like we may be on track. Again, a lot can happen. We're still very much in the peak of the season, but at least for us, through the next 7 days, no threats in the Gulf of Mexico. 88 degrees are high tomorrow. Very nice weekend. We'll see again about a 20-30% chance with that upper disturbance wrapping up the week, heading into the wrapping up the weekend, heading into next week. But otherwise, fairly dry for most of us, and we will stay dry and pretty comfortable as we wrap up next week.